Hello everyone, Identity here from FurWithSkill.com with the first episode on guides to Hurtworld, the new survival game which just launched into early access. Being a true survival game, chances are very high that you will die a lot in this game. Creatures of the Herdworld universe, other players and the environment itself will flip your life switch quite often and force you to respawn. The good thing about Hurtworld, however, is that you will normally not lose all the progress you did during your playtime and that you will be able to respawn at a location which can be predefined by you. This, however, will be available a little bit later in your character progression and covered in one of the following guide episodes. Besides all the dangers in Hurtworld, which are trying to force you down on your knees, the biggest threats to frustration and progress loss are inefficiency and wrong inventory space management. When your character dies in Hurtworld, he will lose everything which is stored in his backpack inventory and additionally all ammunition and materials he is carrying on him. Equipped gear, tools and weapons are safe from being dropped to the ground as long as they are placed in your quick access belt and you don't have an infamous indicator. The infamous bar is like a debuff which you will get after you kill another player. This bar will slowly decrease with time and will be prolonged the more players you have on your consciousness. The higher your kill count is, the higher the chance that you will drop any items of your quick access belt, till the point where you will drop everything on your character. With this information in your mind, your intention should be to make progress on your gear as fast as possible, as this progress won't get lost even if you die. The first milestone in character development is crafting a wooden bow for yourself. A bow is so important for your character as it allows you to farm leather so much easier and faster by killing wildlife in Hurtworld. With more leather comes better gear. You will be able to craft a backpack fast, improve your armor against animals and protection against coldness by crafting higher tier clothes, and most importantly you gain easy access to food. Of course you have always the option to slow down a bit, just walk around exploring or gathering materials, especially once you figured out how to stay alive and player killers seem not to be an issue on your server. Crafting a wooden bow should, however, still be your first big target when starting out new in Hurtworld. In order to achieve this, you will need quite a bunch of wood and a string, which will be built out of animal tendon. The easiest way to obtain such animal tendon is to get into a fight with Bambi. They will aggro you once you are in range and make it very easy to take it down. I highly recommend not trying to run after rabbits before you get a bow. Killing those little rabbits without a bow is a material broken mouses and keyboards are made of. Bambis can be found further northeast from the new player spawn location. They are the next tier animal danger which you will encounter in your character progress. Hurtworld does not have a map or compass in-game, so orientation can be a bit tricky in the beginning. However, you can always orientate yourself on the movement of the sun. Dawn is in the east direction and sunset is in the west part. If you look at the sun, you can easily understand in which direction it is moving. Keep her simple somewhere on the right side of your character in the morning and you will head into the right direction. While traveling further into the world of Hurtworld and towards our aim to build a bow, we will of course already gather important materials and craft tools along the way, which we will need anyway in Hurtworld. How much of a detour you are doing and how much time you are investing by farming materials already in general is up to you and highly depends on what kind of server you are playing on. The lower the chances are of not dying, the more time you can invest in farming everything along the way. Sooner or later you will need to collect resources, but right now we are trying to minimize the negative effect of dying. Before leaving the fresh spawn area, you should however collect the wooden logs on the ground and rocks as much as possible. Your first immediate aim is to build up basic tools. A stone axe, a stone pickaxe and a spear is what you want to build up first. The axe is used for cutting the big tree chunks which are lying on the ground and will provide you with further wood logs. Trees currently can't be chopped down, therefore you need to either pick up wood logs or destroy those big tree chunks. The pickaxe is used for mining ore, and the spear is the early weapon against other players and wildlife. You can throw it or stab with it. I recommend, however, to use it as a stabbing tool, as the throwing is really annoying to aim and could be potentially used against you if someone else picks it up. Focus in the early stages of the game on collecting wood, picking up the little stones lying on the ground, and collect all the plants you can see. Overgrown fruits will help you not to starve to death, and campfires will help you stay warm during nighttime. It shouldn't be too long before you manage to get an animal tendon. Find or build a workbench and craft your very first bow. Congratulations! You made awesome progress and reached the next tier level in this game. The next episode will cover and explain what to do next and deal with the respawn mechanics in Hurtworld and the first steps in base building, to make sure your loot is safe and you can progress your character further. I'm Identity from Phil with Skill, and if you like this video, please share it with your friends, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel for further Herdworld content.